Here is a simple LED light setup that I made for my wife. She likes photographing dolls and small nitpicks and so forth for her blog, and we were looking into some lights to get for her photography to improve the quality a little bit, and everything we found was pretty large scale. The tripods were big, the extension arms were large, and it was all quite expensive, so I decided to make her something a lot simpler and a lot smaller. So this is what I came up with. It's two little LED lights. They are, if I turn it around, they are strip LEDs, a 5-meter strip that I've cut up and then soldered into some littler sections inside, and I mounted them inside an old CD case. Just ripped out the paper and threw it away. And I've also set it up with a dimmer, which lets you control the brightness. That I got off eBay for about $5 to $7, just 12-volt LED dimmer, and you'll find it. The other things I've got, obviously, on off switch, which is always helpful, and a set of arms, again, just off eBay, that let you position the lights, however you want. So you can use it to set up for whatever shot you need. The other thing that I've put on here as little diffusers, that's just kitchen paper sticky taped on. It's a pretty low budget solution, but it works a treat and just softens the light a little bit. Now, in this setup, I've actually gone for the blue-white LEDs because they were just cheaper and I wasn't sure the thing was going to work. You can also get LEDs that put out a warmer colour, and if I was going to do it again, I'd probably buy some of those. But as long as you set the white balance on your camera properly, then the blue light of these LEDs isn't that big a deal. But it's a fairly simple project. The only thing that takes any time at all is soldering all the little strips together, which can be a little bit of a pain. But then you just need a 12-volt power supply. I'm running it off I think this is 2.1 millimeter socket thing, and it just comes out the back, so it's nice and easy. But you just need to be sure with any LED strip project that your wall socket puts out enough amps. So this current setup here with this amount of LEDs, I didn't count them, so I'm not sure how many is in it, but this actually draws about 1 amp at 12 volts, and I measured it, so I went out and got myself a 1.5 amp power supply unit. But there's very cheap power supply units which only put out 300 or 500 milliamp units, which look very tempting, but they won't run your light setup. So make sure you get a wall socket power supply unit that will put out enough amps for what you need, because you don't want to blow out. And obviously, if your thing uses 1 amp of power, don't just get 1 amp of power. Make sure you get 30% more. So I went for 1.5, which is 50% more, but still. Make sure you overspec if anything. But apart from that, it works really well, and she's been really happy with it, and it was quite an easy thing to set up. So if you're looking to do photography of small parts, it's a great little solution.